Hey guys, gals, and Legionnaires, Rikon here. You just thought it was my chair, didn't you? But it's not. It is me. I am here, and this is my first town hall in my new setup. So I know it looks pretty much the same to the last town hall. Gallag the guard is running around in the background, but everything still seems to be going pretty much okay. So at the start of each town hall, I like to check in with everyone, make sure everything is going okay, and that you can hear me, and that you can see me, and that you can see yourselves on the side, and that everything else is going okay. It looks like yes, you guys can see the chair now. There will be a little bit of delay, as there always is a little bit of delay. There never seems to be any way around that, unfortunately. But hey, it's good to see you all. If this is your first town hall, you've never been here before, the town hall is something that I do every month around the first. I like to try and get into the weekends as much as possible. But essentially, it's a chat between you and me. And some of you may have never seen me before. I forget that sometimes, that you might have only heard Leon's voice. But this is my real voice. This is me. Hi, I'm Rikon. Nice to meet you. And if this is your first time, this is essentially just an hour-long hangout where you get to ask me questions, I answer your questions, and everyone has a good time. So, yeah. There we go. Now, it has been a while. Well, it's been a month exactly since the last town hall, and the last town hall I did was when I was in Toronto, and actually just getting ready to leave Toronto. I'm now back in New Zealand. I'm set up back home, and I think as of just the other day, I finally got my internet properly set up. So we're back and firing all cylinders here now. So yeah, we're looking good, and it's good to be home. I love Toronto. Toronto was an awesome experience, but yeah, it's been nice getting back to home and some of those home comforts. Although I have to admit, I miss poutine like mad. I miss it like mad. Nowhere in New Zealand does it like Canada does. We've got one place that kind of does Montreal style food, but everywhere else that we go that does poutine, it's never poutine. It's just gravy and chips with some grated cheese on top. No squeaky cheese. I mean, come on. Come on. He who outlasted the silence, you aren't Rikon. Well, the chair wasn't, but I most certainly am Rikon. I can assure you, this is no imposter. This is a real beard, and, well, I guess a real face. It's not coming off today. Techno Rikon, what hair gel do you use? A mixture. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what I use right now, but I can't. So I apologize. Let's see, what else do we have? Chris Rycon, braid the beard. Well, I'm thinking eventually we're going to have to get some beard rings in there. I don't know about braiding it. That might be another level. Mezzy, is it cold in New Zealand? It's not actually that cold. It's the start of winter, and it's been a hell of a lot warmer in New Zealand than it was in Toronto, which was coming into summer. Gallag, hello. We have Gallag in the comments, who is our current Legionnaire of the month. I know you can't be around for long, but thank you very much for checking in. You're the guard in the background anyway, so you're going to keep on walking about on your patrol. Trey Taylor, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your favorite color on the alphabet? Okay. From a scale of 1 to 10, I have to say 8. And my favorite color on the alphabet would be... Color of the alphabet would have to be... Orange blue, I think, if I had to choose one. There you go. Nick Moore, how is Fallout 4 coming? It is coming together. It is coming together. Essentially, what's happening with Fallout 4 is I need to finish off Synthesis, which I'm going to be doing and releasing as a film. So the first 2 parts that are on TGN are going to be part of this film, which I'm releasing on the Rikon Roleplays channel. So the final 3rd part to that will be included in this movie, and that is essentially going to be a prequel for the Fallout 4 roleplay, which is going to be coming out shortly afterwards. Riley is also going to be coming back as well, so thank you to everyone who has been waiting for that to come back. It's been a lot longer than I ever anticipated it to be. It's one of those things where you've got plates spinning and you want to get back to that plate. You really do, but there's all these other plates that you're trying to keep going as well, so it's difficult doing exactly that. Mezzy from Space, sweater weather. Just first thing in the morning it is, really. It's not actually that cold, so I could probably get away with it. There have been a few mornings, though, where it has been really quite cold. Sacred Dragon, is Dishonored ever going to happen? Yes, it is. It definitely is. It's just kind of been pushed back a little bit because I am attempting to do Outlast 2 at the moment, and I did get Dishonored started, as some of you will know. However, I had some technical issues with it, which made doing it again would be not so good. I find that if I ever try to do like a repeat performance, it's never as good in my eyes because I'm like, the first time I did it was the best, and so I need to let it just sit for a while. So there we go. King Parkour, Rikon, have you got that dog you once talked about? No, not yet. We still need a dog in our lives. We need our dog to complete our little family here. But that will be going. That will be going, definitely. Miserable Git, are we going to be using mods when we do Fallout 4? Yeah, definitely. We're going to need a lot of mods. But, it's not going to change the game too much from how it actually is. And Slego, I've seen you've been asking, any plans for a Prey RP? I would like to be able to do something like that, but I feel like we've just got I've promised too many things at the moment, so Prey won't be coming anytime soon. But who knows, for the future, maybe. G'day, Gasparagus, good to see you. It's good to see a hell of a lot of people here, actually, so that's good. The guard is still... Yeah, I know. That's Gallic the guard. He's wandering around behind. Walker Outlast 2 is coming out, definitely. That game is a lot more intense than I ever thought it could be. Just... Red Barrels have taken it to a whole new level. Like, I think that entire series is going to be R18. So I apologize if you aren't over the age of 18, but I'm probably I imagine I'm going to have to flag that series as R18 because yeah, there we go. I mean, it is intense. Gallag, I said that you're heading off. I will see you later. Catch you. And I just saw another one. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up. Chris, any tips for an aspiring D&D player? Any tips? I'd say try and talk in character as much as possible. It's what I try and encourage in my group as much as possible. Triton is part of that group as well. I try and encourage us to stay in character as much as possible because it's so easy to talk about things in the game out of character. But you can talk about those things in character just fine with, the other people that are there. So I try and encourage people to stay in character as much as possible while they're role-playing. So even if you're just talking about kind of menial things, do it in character. It'll make a big difference. And I find also that even if you aren't good at voices, doing a voice for your character that is different from your own allows you to kind of differentiate between yourself and that character. And I find it's a lot easier to get into that character when they have that name. Let's see. Sacred Dragon, how is it going with Zeeland? It's going fantastic. We just recently released the 3rd version of the beta. We're adding in a whole heap of juice to that sucker now. And we have 2 different playtests that are going to be coming out. The first one is going to be more of like a one-shot campaign. I don't expect us to survive that. And the big one that I'm working on at the moment with Triton and Isaac and a whole heap of other people as well, a whole group of my friends, is a full-on campaign that is going to be going for an indefinite amount of time. I can't wait to bring that to the channel because that was essentially the genesis of Zeeland in the first place. We did a playtest, actually, the previous the previous weekend. I don't know why the weekends are webisodes, but apparently they are. The previous weekend, we did a playtest, and not one of us survived. We were all playing the pre-made characters in the Zeeland book, and we all died in horrific ways, like really, really bad. Like, I won't mention them here, but if you would like to know, ask Triton in the comments as to how he died in the latest playtest of Zeeland that we did. And that was a playtest to see if we could get everything rolling just fine before we start recording it, because we want to have a really firm grasp on the mechanics of the game before we do that. So, yeah, there we go. Something else that I'm going to do now, which I haven't done before, is I've done this every time, give a shout out to our fantastic Discord community. If you haven't been there yet, they will be in the description beneath us. I'm just remembering now, I haven't changed the description for this time. I do have a Rycon recommends, but I don't think I included it. We will get to that later on though. However, shout out to the Discord channel. If you haven't been there yet, I highly recommend you check it out. And I'm actually just going to head on over to the Discord channel now and see if I can say a very, very quick hello. I'm now jumping in. Hello, how are we all doing? I don't know if you can hear me, but I can hear you. If you want to say anything to the stream, holla. We'll see.
Whoa.
Hey, you're on stream. Hi.
Oh, nice.
It'll catch up in a moment, and I'm gonna have to jump out before we start getting the echo back. But hello to everyone on the Discord. And there we go. So I hope that you were all actually able to hear that. If you haven't been there yet, I highly recommend checking there. Now, it's not just voice chat, there's a whole heap of text there as well, and there are a whole heap of text role plays there, so yeah, there you go. I highly recommend that you check it out. Now, back to questions. Darksaber, will Leon ever see his daughter again? Possibly. Possibly. I wouldn't say 100% on that one, but we'll put it out there as a possibly. So there we go. Hey, I'm going to take a quick sip of coffee. Today we're going for the Liverpool mug. I am a Liverpool supporter by birth. My father was born and raised in Liverpool, as was my mother. Well, she wasn't born in Liverpool, raised in Liverpool. So by that, I inherited the worship of Liverpool. So there you go. That's why that's happening. Okay, let's see. Wolf, no news on the Roll20 sheets as of yet. And there we go. Triton, also known as Scott Andrews in the comments, has expressed how he died in the latest episode. Well, the latest play session that we did. But yeah, something got into his torso cavity. It was not pretty. I ended up shooting him to put him out of his misery. It was not great. It was not great. Not a great way to go. Yeah. Sacred Dragon, no IKEA. No IKEA. We don't have anything from IKEA here, apart from a few mugs. Well, actually, I don't have the IKEA mug, unfortunately. So that was left in Toronto. Actually, there's a whole heap of things that we ended up leaving there that the people who inherited our apartment after us will, I'm sure they'll be making use of. So the legendary IKEA mug is no more. I'm sorry. I miss it just as much as you. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. Alex, could I please wait for July 1st to upload Outlast? Oh, right, because that's when you're going to turn 18? Well, happy birthday for July 1st. Oh, dear. It just came to me. I was trying. There's something that I meant to remember, something that I meant to mention. This morning, I have been uploading the latest episode of Logan's Tale, and I have uploaded this one in 4K. So it uploaded really fast, which was awesome. However, the YouTube processing is still the same speed as it usually is. So that's going to be going live in about 45 minutes or so. So actually, after this town hall, you'll be able to go catch the latest episode of Fallout 3 and Logan's Tale. After the last episode, there are some things that Logan needs to work through. Liam, am I a fan of rugby? The All Blacks are coming up soon. I know, like I have a mixed relationship with rugby. I enjoy it, I do, but I've worked in rugby for years. So before I was kind of doing this full time, I was working as like a sideline camera operator for like all of the in-stadium entertainment that would happen. So I would usually be sidelined for a lot of All Blacks games, which is great. I love it, but I've never been super passionate about rugby. I used to play it a lot when I was a child. It's essentially like in New Zealand, it's just what you do. It doesn't matter where you come from, you play rugby, pretty much. You've played rugby at some point for some kind of team, so yeah. But do I don't watch it a whole heap, but when the All Blacks play, I would not say no. Like, there's 2 All Blacks games coming up, I think on the 15th and the 16th, that I'm going to be working on, just because I really do enjoy working on them. They're a hell of a lot of fun, just because the atmosphere is intense. So yeah, there we go. The other half, go the Warriors. Wow, that's impressive. I think even Kiwis aren't supporting the Warriors at the moment. So, oh dear. Let's see. Abraham, will my wife be role-playing her character in XCOM? I'll see if I can get her. I'll see if I can get her involved in it. We'll see. We'll see. Brock, have I ever been to the village of Hobbiton? I haven't. So that's in Matamata in New Zealand, and I haven't been there yet. I've driven through Matamata quite a few times. Charlotte's been to Hobbiton. She absolutely loves it. So I'm gonna have to try and go there at some time. But I have climbed Mount Doom. So there you go. That I think one-ups Hobbiton. I've climbed to the summit of Mount Doom. I did it with a friend of mine, and we did it in like, I think it was like visibility from like as far as my arm can stretch. It started off on a beautiful day. We got about halfway up the mountain, and then this sick cloud just rolled in. It was sick cloud. And it ended up getting to be so windy that we had to be crawling on our stomachs. So we were on our stomachs crawling up. And when we got to the summit, this is just how ridiculous like mountain climbing in New Zealand is. When we got to the summit, we were kind of like, there's these little rock cavities that people have made to kind of shelter from the wind. And so we were in one of those. And as we're just sitting there, I hear someone walking around outside, and we kind of stick our head out, and it's just some backpacker just in shorts and jandals. Shorts and jandals, and we're in like full-on winter gear, shorts and jandals, because that's how it starts off. And it, like, you can go on a walk in New Zealand and it will be like a really sunny day, and then by the time that it's like midday, it'll be like this torrential storm is just kind of kicking through. But he seemed to be perfectly fine. We checked on him, and he was like, yeah, no, he's cool, and he just ran down the mountain afterwards, I think. But yeah, interesting. But yeah, Mount Doom, there we go. Actually, there's a really awesome series that a friend of mine worked on for Rooster Teeth when they came to New Zealand, and they did their walk from Hobbiton to Mount Doom, which was insane. Like, that's a long friggin' distance to walk along, roads where they aren't meant to be walking. And it's a really, really cool series. My friend shot it, and it's really good fun. I'm trying to remember what it's called now. I can't, bastard. But as long as you search for something along the lines of Rooster Teeth, Mount Doom, because the whole idea is that, like, one does not simply walk into Mordor, and they did it. They did it. I was a little disappointed that they got all the way to Mount Doom and they didn't climb it, but they had walked a really long way, so I kind of understand that now. I'm trying to say a name. Ogingen, I think it's Ogingen. I'm going to go with Ogingen. What is your internet speed? So recently I managed to get upgraded to like pretty much one of the fastest speeds that we have in New Zealand at the moment. So I'm on a gigabit down, and I'm on about 500 to 700 up, and it is a massive difference from what I was on before. Before it was only like 10 minutes. 10 minutes? 10 megabytes a second. Now it takes me 10 minutes to upload something that would take 3 hours. Alex has asked, what in the hell are jandals? Okay, so jandals are flip-flops. I forget these things sometimes. I got really good when I was in Toronto as to, like, clarify things. Yeah, jandals are flip-flops, or what would you call them elsewhere? Not tongs, you call them thongs, right? And that's why I wouldn't usually call them thongs, because thongs are something else here. And I know there's something else other places as well. No, so sandals are if there's something strapping over. So sandals are when, like, the foot is fully enclosed, but jandals are when you're just going freestyle, just the thing at the front. I'm trying to explain this with my hands. Just the thing at the front, so there's no strap at the back. So there you go. We've all learnt something new today. Oh dear. Christian, that background is teasing Leon's tail. Yeah, like no one's business. Yes, Leon's tail will be returning. Don't worry. We haven't seen the last of him. It is just a season finale. I know for a lot of you, this is the first kind of season finale that you've had seen before. So I know a lot of people are afraid that the series has come to an end, but it most certainly hasn't. Anika, have me and Mrs. Rikon been planning to travel anywhere else? Well, yeah, actually at the end of the year, we are going to be doing a family holiday to Orlando. Some of you will know that me and Mrs. Rycon, we got hitched in Disney World, and so Disney World has always been a pretty important place to us. So we're going to be going back there towards the end of this year, and we've actually got a friend's wedding that Charlotte is the, what do you call it, maid of honor. She's the maid of honor for in December, and that's in Melbourne, Australia. So I'll be in Melbourne for a very brief bit of time just before Christmas, and ideally catching a flight back before Christmas, and that's going to be ridiculously expensive, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Chris Pike, on any chance of a Northern English accent? I actually wouldn't know specifically what a Northern English accent would sound like, so I don't think I'd want to jump into it without knowing. The other half, what is the ECA for the Dark Brotherhood spin-off RP? That's been pushed back a bit because a lot of people really want us to keep Seeking Sovngarde around. So essentially Seeking Sovngarde was meant to be like a precursor series so that I could kind of test out Special Edition. And yeah, unfortunately, wait, it's going to come to me. It's going to come back to my mind. Yes, I decided to continue with that series because of kind of popular demand. Oh, Dan, thank you very much. That Rooster Teeth series was called A Simple Walk into Mordor, which is a brilliant name for a series like that. So, yeah, I've always wanted to do that, but to actually climb Mount Doom afterwards. So, I feel like if I was going to do it, yeah, that would be it. Yeah. Trey Taylor, can I do an American accent? I'd like to think I can. I've done a few characters with American accents, although it's usually very, like, just it's not region specific. It's just like a very, I guess, rounded accent. Oh god, it's terrible. It's terrible. Then others started trying to do it. Oh god. Usually I like to prepare and talk for a while before I jump into an accent, but yeah. But if you would like to hear some of my American accents, Outlast, Miles Upshore, I do as a kind of American, and Agent Swanson. Sorry, that click would have been ridiculously loud. Agent Swanson in The Division. And actually, speaking about that now, summing up this month, I did announce that I was going to be finishing The Division. And, yeah. I won't say too much about it here. If you haven't seen that yet, if you would like to know why, I have released a video, and it's all in there. So if you'd like to know why I'm ending it, it's there. So it should actually still be on the front page. So something that I didn't want to do, but kind of have to do, unfortunately. Ray, am I ready to return? Oh, Fear the Walking Dead, I'm so excited. It's coming out tomorrow for me, and I am so freaking excited. I think I actually look forward to, this is a bit controversial, I look forward to Fear the Walking Dead more than The Walking Dead. Just because I kind of know the path of what's going to happen in The Walking Dead, and I think Fear is fantastic. A lot of the characters, they don't forget things, which is great. Whereas in The Walking Dead, they seem to forget rules all the time, unfortunately. Or really useful pieces of knowledge, they'll just forget and won't use. So, yeah, it's great to see them actually doing that. Yeah. The other half, his voice got all low and looked into the camera. I thought he was going to say, unfortunately, Lydia's dead. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. No, I think Lydia is fine. We haven't seen her in a while, but... yeah. Scarlet Void, there will be a decent send-off for Swanson, don't worry. We haven't had the last episode of him yet. I think there will be an epilogue of sorts. And actually, speaking about The Walking Dead, the final episode of The Walking Dead is out now, so I'm going to be recording that tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday for me. So I'm going to be recording that tomorrow, so hopefully that will be up on Tuesday. And, yeah. Darksaber, will Logan do the pit? We'll see. We'll see, but I think it would be likely. Yeah. Ray, you're not the only one. You are not the only one. Miserable Git, if you do go to Mortar, then you must bring a... I'll do my best. But I will definitely have to bring a ring. Yeah. When is the first episode of Outlast 2 coming out? It's undetermined at this time, Walker. I do want to do a proper live-action intro for it, like I've done for the other ones, so it's going to take me a little bit to do that. Julia, I'm so sorry that I must have missed your question. I'm going to look out for your picture now, so if you ask your question again, I'll be sure to answer that. Undertale should be coming back very soon, Sacred. Very soon. I'm hoping to be able to do some recording with Charlotte, so we'll see if we can do some today, actually. We'll see how the day kind of plans out, but yes. Is it time for the Lotum? Not quite yet. We still have 7 more minutes before we reach the half-an-hour mark, so we're getting close. Julia, or is it... Sorry, I can't read it. Is it Julia or is it Yulia? Anyway, you're great, apparently. So, yeah, hit me up with that question, and I'll get back to you. Oh, I see you've just seen it now. Ah, good. Let's see. How is it working with Smart Blue Cat? He's fantastic. He's been so good. He just recorded a ton of lines for me, and it was great. I didn't give him too many details about the story, but he actually predicted a number of things in terms of some of the lines that he's given me. They've predicted things quite well. How did I get my beard to be so glorious? I kind of just left it alone. And a lot of patience. It is not where I want it to be at yet. It's still very coarse and very unruly. I'm hoping to be able to tame it somewhat more, but it's certainly getting some length to it. It's getting there. Chili, do I watch Couch Warrior TV? I do whenever I can. They're a fantastic group. If you haven't seen, I actually did a podcast with them quite a while back now, but hell of a lot of fun. Really, really good group of people. Would I do a permadeath of Fallout New Vegas? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, unsure on that one just yet. Noctifier, did I manage to get the ring back in Cataclysm? Yes, I did. Yes, and Noctifier, was it you that was that you? I'm pretty sure. I can't correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was you, Noctifier. That is it. Noctifier? Yeah, it's Noctifier. That created the mod with the ring in, which is amazing. And thank you so much for that. But luckily, we did actually have an autosave right before then, which I didn't realize until I went back in. But thankfully, we didn't lose barely any progress at all. So it's fantastic. It's good. Sacred Dragon, is Leon going to kill me and eat my soul? Well, if you kill and eat other people, I think he most likely will kill and eat your soul, and then you'll become part of him in some strange Borg-like way. Yeah. Let's see. Will the Dragonborn DLC come before or after Leonidas defeats Alduin? I imagine that it would come afterwards. Yes. But it depends. It all depends. Because that's the thing, is like, Leon doesn't really have any reason to go all the way to Solstheim right now and try and take care of business. But if his hand is pushed, he will. He will. But I think that Alduin seems to be a much more present threat. And I mean, that's why he took care of Rikon first. For one, because he didn't feel like he could do it originally, but Rikon seemed to be a much more present threat. His vampires were doing much more damage to the villages than the dragons were. We didn't see that many dragons. I mean, a lot of the dragons we fought were quite far away from towns, so they hadn't become bold enough to start outright attacking some of the towns and villages, so we don't know exactly what Alduin has been up to, but he's been up to something, it would seem. And with him being gone from this plane, being gone from Nirn, it would seem that his dragonfolk, his kin, are very, I guess, they're not directed. So it's not like an army of dragons, it's just a whole heap of dragons just acting on instinct more than anything else. Theory of Venom, will there ever be a Fallout 4 roleplay? Yes, 100%. And it should be coming rather soon. I'm going to be finishing off the Synthesis movie, which I've kind of brought into a full movie, so yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Ray, am I going to pop into general chat after this? Yes, I will attempt to pop into general chat. I'm going to be chatting with the patrons after this, and then afterwards I will try and pop into general chat for a little bit today. However, I believe I will need to eat some food eventually, because I've essentially got up this morning and I've just started preparing for the town hall right away. So, yes, I'll need to eat something of some form. Although, we'll see. If I'm Leon, I'll just have soup, right? But soup for breakfast? No. I'm not sure. Oh, we are getting close to the Lotum. Very, very close. Dan, did I like the last verse of the Song of the Defiler? Yes, I did. And I've still been meaning to compile that and post it. But if you would like to compile it, send it to me, and I will. I'll kind of post it as part of like an image, and we'll get it out there on Twitter, Facebook, and everything else good. Axel, I love you too. You know, definitely. Nick, is it Lotum time? I think we're still 2 minutes. My clock might be off just a little bit, but I think we're getting there. Yes. Mitchell, did Rikon do 9? What? Oh God, 9/11. Oh Jesus! It took me a second there. The College of Winterhold. The collapse. I don't know. I'm not so sure. Yeah. Yeah. Not 100% on that. Megan Crumb. What do I think are the biggest differences between Fallout New Vegas Logan and Fallout 3 Logan? Wow. Well, I guess they're two different characters, right? Very, very different. Especially even if you're looking at New Vegas Logan. New Vegas Logan at the start in episode 1 versus like episode 105, I think was the end of that. He's a very, very different person by the end. He's obviously been twisted and changed by the waste. In the same way that he has in Fallout 3. But in Fallout 3, it's something else altogether. I mean, the change is almost black and white in season 2 when he had the surgery and had part of his noggin removed. I mean, that really did change things in a big way for him, and I mean, you'll be able to see that in the most recent episodes, how things aren't affecting him how they would have before. So he's a very, very different person from who he is in New Vegas, and I think there's going to be a lot of conflict after the Fallout 3 tale is told and we go back to New Vegas. There is going to be a lot of internal friction between those two personalities, I suppose, because they're two very, very different entities. And yeah, I mean, he was warned about that. He was warned about the possibility of friction, I guess you could say. It's not going to be, yeah, it's not going to be nice. But as to who will win, we'll see. Because it might be a conflict of some kind. We won't say too much. Let's see, Marcus, third time's a charm. Would Leonidas consider returning to the companions? Well, that's the difficult thing with the companions is, I mean, they're in a difficult position as well. So Leon is, he's what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I guess he's essentially an outlaw in Whiterun. They want his head. And that's because of Iridith. And they know now. So he's kind of essentially been outed as a werewolf in Whiterun. And for the companions to kind of take him under their wing would be suspicious at the least. And I think it wouldn't do well for them. So they might try and help him from afar. But yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. And I think Leon as well there'd be friction between the two of them because they obviously view their condition very, very differently than Leon. And especially after the episode 50, he has changed a lot in terms of his acceptance of other, well, non-human creatures. I mean, at the start of Season 3, you could see how he was reacting to Serana, and now, after the end of Season 3, well, there's going to be some happenings, to say the least. But yes, you are correct. It is Lotum time. We are at 9:32. Well, 9:32 for me. So we're halfway through at the moment. So it is time. So first of all, I'd like to extend a great big thank you to Galag Helros, who has done a fantastic job as our Lotum this month. And if you don't know what the Lotum is, it stands for the Legionnaire of the month. And essentially, the Legionnaire of the month is someone that has gone above and beyond the regular Legionnaire. And well, Galag did a fantastic job last month. However, we are going to be lowering his flag. Galag, thank you for your service. And it is time to do my substandard average drum roll. Just like this. And I am drum rolling, I promise. The Lotum for June 2017 is, pulling it up, Jehannite, also known as Nick and Morty. Now, Jehannite, I'm going to call you Nick for sake of ease. I don't know what your YouTube channel is, and I couldn't ask you without kind of cottoning you on to the fact that I was going to make you Lotum. But Nick has been absolutely amazing on Twitter for a very long time. Axel, behave. But Nick and Morty, Nick has been a fantastic, I guess, how do you say, yeah, just has been doing a really, really amazing job on Twitter, because every single time I post one of my videos, Nick will do his own synopsis for every single video that I post, like writes up like a really awesome little synopsis for each episode, and it means a hell of a lot. It's really, really cool. Ray, I do need to buy little drums. Yes, a little tiny little drum set that I can play beneath here, maybe like up here, so it doesn't look like there's strange things going on beneath the microphone. It is definitely drums. So congratulations to Nick. If anyone does actually know who Nick and Morty, also known as Jehannite, is in the comments, let me know. Because I will also give a shout out if you are here at the moment. So because I know we have a few Nicks, and I don't know if it could be one of the Nicks that are here. Is it Nick Moore? Is it? I'll need to be filled in, because I really didn't want to give a heads up to anyone as to who the Legionnaire of the month could be. Oh, it is you, Nick. Oh, fantastic. Well, congratulations. I really, really appreciate your service. And you'll have to let me know if you want your Lotan picture to be your Twitter picture, which I think is amazing. I think that's a great picture. Or if you would rather it be your YouTube picture. But I will also be linking your YouTube channel as well, as you are the Legionnaire of the month. And honestly, the little synopsis is... Let's try and speak properly, Rikon. The little synopsises that are that come along for every episode are awesome. So yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'm just trying to catch up at the moment, just having a read. Ray, you want to send a photo? Where would you send it? To Twitter, Facebook? You can email at Rikon Roleplays. There's a fan art section in the Discord. There's many good places to go ahead and drop that. So there we go. Sacred Dragon apparently fell asleep. You'll be up. You'll be waking up. Let's see, the other half. Would I be open to doing a skit called Rikon in Traffic, where you get stuck in traffic and a multitude of your characters come out as you argue and drive you mad? I'd like to do something like that. Originally, I was wanting to do Rikon Raw as kind of like an in-the-car type thing, like an in-the-car, me chatting to the camera type thing. However, my car that I had at the time was just way too noisy, just ridiculously noisy. Congratulations again to Nick Moore. Congratulations. I don't know whether to call you Jehannite, Nick and Morty, or Nick, so I'll just call you Nick for sake of ease. So there we go. All right. Walker, I absolutely love your fan art. If anyone hasn't seen Walker's fan art yet, it's featured pretty much all the time on in Facebook, and it's very, very heavily in the fan art channel on the Discord. If you haven't seen it yet, highly recommend you check it out. It's absolutely awesome. Walker, you have this whole kind of alternative universe that you've been running with all the other characters, and it's cool seeing them interact. Some of the characters that I never would think of interacting before. Yeah. Hort, I haven't done the fan art roll yet. I know. I've been terrible. I didn't get that together this morning, and that's my bad. I apologize. I apologize heavily. All the fan art from this month will be included in the next fan art roll. I am very, very sorry. I'm very sorry. Dan, what's the 40k video going to be? A lot of people requested that I do karaoke, and I still want to do that. I still want to do that, but we'll see as to what the song is going to be. So I'll release the song at some point. Also, I was wanting to do some preparation for the 1000th video, but we've already gone over it. We're already at over 1,000 videos, and I don't know how that's happened, but somehow in the 3.5 years that I've been doing this, I've released 1,000 videos, and I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but it happened, and well, yeah, there we go. Something to say. Yeah. Yeah, 1,000, I never realized that we'd get to it so quickly, and we kind of hit it. So I feel like I need to do something. I feel like I need to do something for that. Definitely. I need to do something special for the 1,000th. Even though we're already past 1,000, so I will 100% have to do something there. Yeah. Let's see, where are we? Oh, Lizard, you've got your Rikon character in Skyrim. Level 50. Nice. Okay, good. I'm glad to know that I'm still alive, still surviving in the harsh climate of Skyrim. Yeah. Liam, do we have any embarrassing private videos we can watch? I'm sure there probably is. Like on my personal channel, some of you have found those videos in the past. I guess not all of them I would say were embarrassing, but the more embarrassing things I think are what I was doing initially when I first started making things on YouTube, which would have been like 2009, 2010, before Rycon Roleplays. And a number of you know what I'm talking about, and I won't bring it up again, but no doubt countless people will in the comments. Dark Sable, will Leon ever see Lydia again? Yes. Yes, I believe so. And Ray, you asked me to check out what you sent me on Twitter, so let's go have a look. Oh dear, let's see. Oh, that's brilliant. That's fantastic. I'm gonna see if I can try and bring this onto screen over the chat. We'll see. But Ray has gone ahead and sent us a fantastic little picture of his amazing little drum set. So thank you very much for the drums. I think we need drums like that. I'm gonna have to try and get some tiny little drums for us to use for our Legionnaire of the month. Sacred Dragon, you destroyed Riverwood yesterday? Well, I guess Leon would have to come and destroy you and then consume your soul. Yes. Dew crabs. Jesus. Will Leon take part in the Civil War, or will he remain forever neutral? We'll see. I mean, in some of the episodes in season 3, he seemed to be, I guess, like things are changing. But I think once we hit, it's kind of I imagine that the Civil War itself is going to be covered more in the final season of Leon's Tale, which is still a while off, of course. Yes, so will he remain neutral? I can't say. I can neither confirm or deny that statement. So we're gonna have to leave that as it is for now, without revealing too much. Baron Thundercock. There we go. I said your name. Are you happy? I hope you're happy. There we go. Yeah. Ray, yeah, I think Ray, we need to get you standing by in the future for the drum roll. Or if you send me a sound file, we'll use your little drum kit as our drum roll from now on. So there we go. I hope you're happy, Baron. I hope you're happy. Yeah. Hunter. Spoiler alert for anyone. Leon is a blank, but you'll probably be able to read it anyway. With the end of season 3, yes and no. I mean, the thing is, through season 3, he's been battling against it the whole time. And in season 4, we're going to be kind of covering, in the kind of intro cinematic for that, at exactly the point where he was, I guess you could say, infected. So, yeah. More will be revealed on that, because he has been dealing with that for a while. Axel, no new tattoos just yet, but we do have some in the work. Both me and Charlotte are going to be getting matching tattoos. It's something that we want to do for a long time. Something that we're going to try and do in Toronto, but just ran out of time, unfortunately. And there are 2 other ones that I'm wanting to try and get. Something that's going to be on the back of my neck and something on my arm. This one here, which has nothing on. Look at it. There's nothing there right now. But that won't be for long. There will be something else there. And at the moment, I'm kind of going with the idea that it's going to be in the dragon script from Skyrim. So we'll see. There's going to be 3 letters that I'm going to be getting included on that arm. So I'll vlog it if we end up going for it in the end. Chikachia, say I love to blow bubbles in Leon's voice. Okay, all right.
I love to blow bubbles. I hope you know. Not just any bubbles, but round bubbles, large bubbles.
Yes. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You meet my buddy Frost Dragon? No. No, I have not met your friend Frost Dragon. Not yet. But I'm sure you will. Let's see, Dr. V. I'm curious, would you ever try a Morrowind or Oblivion roleplay series? I really want to do a Oblivion series. I would love to do a Morrowind series. However, I would really love to do a roleplay series of Oblivion. I think I would like to do a Morrowind series that's more akin to Seeking Sovngarde. Something like that. We'll see. Yeah. Yes. Buxy Cat, hello. I trust that you've just joined us, so g'day. Hello, welcome to the Town Hall. I don't know why I checked a g'day in there. I never say g'day, but apparently today is a g'day day. Yeah, there we go. Do I intend to play New Vegas Bounties with Logan? Not 100% sure on that one. Maybe. Walker, can you talk to Elliot? Yeah, what would you like to ask Elliot? I'm trying to remember what Elliot sounded like. He was just a full-on creepy voice. Yeah, Walker, ask me something and I will try and respond to you as Elliot. Can consider is now a word. Consider Skyblivion. I would like to. I never know how far along they are in terms of their progress. Oh God, Axel, don't do that. Because what if I change it? I don't think I'm going to be changing my logo anytime soon. Yeah. The only way is g'day. Yes, you're right. I'm not Australian now. Definitely not Baron. I'm not Australian. It's not a thing. Oh dear. Max, well, welcome. I'm glad you managed to find the channel. What's the only game you really want to try to roleplay? Or what's one game well, this is the thing. I've been waiting for the longest time for Star Citizen. I had been following it since it came out on Kickstarter, and I got to tell you, I'm so hyped for that game. I cannot wait to see what they're going to be able to do with it. And I can't wait to tell a story with it as well, because it's just... yeah, I mean, the whole world, just the way that everything fits in immersively makes it so good. So, yeah. Got to say something of Swanson's voice. Swanson's voice is a little bit more difficult. Swanson is just ridiculously deep. Okay, so let's see. Question for Elliot. Do you know you were... oh, I had a twin sister, and what do you think about it? Okay.
No, I didn't know that. I wasn't aware. You see, I've been busy locked up my whole life. Now, outside, in this wide and open world, there's so much else to think about, so much else to see, so much else to eat.
Yeah. That's Elliot. That's our man. Well, he is no longer, unfortunately. He died in a pretty horrific way. So, yeah, he is, he's not going to be eating people any longer. Anika, do you think it would be too difficult to roleplay a MMO? I'm not sure. I'm not so sure. Peanut butter jelly time in Logan's voice. Okay, Nick, you're the Lotum. We'll make it happen. But to answer the question about the MMOs, like I've been tempted to do something with like Elder Scrolls Online, but I don't know. MMOs, there is a lot of things that can change, a lot of things that can happen. So yeah, I'm not so sure about that. But Logan's voice, so Logan's voice is very similar to my own, but just I guess a little bit more edgy. Because he's so moody all the time now. Okay.
Well, I guess it's time. But not just any time. It's peanut butter jelly time. You know it is. There's no other way it could be. We have peanut butter. We have jelly. And when those come together, it means it's time. Peanut butter, jelly time.
Yeah, there we go. Shadow Wolf, any tips on learning to voice act? Just do stupid voices all day, every day. That's the best advice that I can give you. And also just like listen to other people's voices. I find that doing imitations is the best way. Usually when I'm doing someone's voice, I've got someone's image in my head and I'm imitating a number of different other voices. Oh God, Axel. Okay, all right.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
There you go. There you go. Oh dear. H2O Delirium, do I ever watch the Discord chat and just stare in the horror of randomness that takes place thanks to Axel and yourself? Yes, I do. I'm watching it. I've actually got it on a second screen at the moment. I'm watching it during the town hall, and it's always interesting seeing it develop over time. Yes. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for the rating. Thank you. Doomguy's voice is just... oh, man. Doomguy's voice is actually heavily altered from my own. It is just a whole different ball game. Yeah. If Elliot and Dusk ever met, what do you think their reactions would be to one another? I think they would recognize each other because they obviously look quite similar in terms of like their mutations and their paleness, being albino. Yeah. I think they would. I think there'd be like a weird kind of feedback loop of sorts. Juicy, juicy, Lucy, goosey. Oh god, okay.
Alright. Juicy, juicy, Lucy, goosey. You heard it here first. From Leon.
Yes. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Hort. Thanks. I think the thing is with the Discord, I only made it. You all crafted it and shaped it into what it is now. Yes. The other half. Recently in one of your series you were shot down on the line of duty. Did you not remember to put your plot armor on that morning? Which series was that? I'll be intrigued. Let me know. Let me know, and I'll comment on that. We need a voice for Riley Cole. I don't know if I could do Riley's voice, because I mean she has a voice. She has a voice in the game. Our character in Fallout 4 will have a different voice though. We won't be using the character's voice because we need to be able to say the things. Does Logan prefer strawberry or chocolate? I think he would be a chocolate guy. I'm a strawberry guy myself. Nice. You can do a Heath Ledger's Joker impression. I mean, that's the thing. Like, impersonations are where voices come from, you know? And you just kind of put your own spin on them. So that's my advice for, like, finding different voices. I'd recommend doing that. We need someone to do a voice for Candy Shanks. Well, occasionally I do read things out in Cataclysm, although usually not in the best kind of female voice. I imagine Candy would be kind of, she'd have a little bit more of a rougher voice. We're getting closer towards the end of the town hall, so I feel like we're going to need to go into a lightning round of sorts very, very soon. I am wanting to try and find my Rikon recommends for today, so I'm quickly going to be trying to see if I can pull that up. I'm probably just going to have to try and paste the link in the description. We'll see if that's possible. See if I have the technology to make this happen. And you know what? I think we do. Okay, let's see. We're going to go ahead and post this sucker in here. So, today's Rikon Recommends is a video from Adult Swim. And it is a video containing Dan Harmon, who is the creator of Rick and Morty. If you haven't watched Rick and Morty, I highly recommend it. But if you haven't watched it, I still recommend you watch this video anyway, because, I don't know, it's cool. It's a good video by Dan, and it's essentially the meaning of life that you can kind of differ from Rick and Morty. It's a fantastic video, and I don't know, I really liked it, and I think it resonated with me a little bit, so I wanted to share that with you all. That's my Rikon Recommends of this town hall. Gas, God damn it, Gas. I see that message got redacted quite quickly. Yes, or retracted rather. Dan, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, and why is it Empire Strikes Back? Well, I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one to pick a specific. I'd have to say it's Phantom Menace, right? I mean, that's undisputed, like the best out of every Star Wars film yet. I mean, how could you ever say otherwise? Yeah. Axel, yes, thank you. Shout out Gas. Any tips for someone trying to make an RP on Skyrim and Dragon's Dogma? Any tips? I'd say find a character that you enjoy playing. I'd highly recommend making a Dragon's Dogma one. There aren't enough Dragon's Dogma RP videos on YouTube, so if you were to try and choose between the two, I would say choose Dragon's Dogma. It's a fantastic story. It's a silent protagonist. There is so much that can be done with that, and I've wanted to do something myself, but I just haven't had the time to do it, unfortunately. So if you do it, just send me the link, because I'd love to watch it. I mean, that's the reason why I first started doing this, was to just make more things that I could watch. Zero Zulu, do I know who David Dallas is in New Zealand? Yes, I do, and I listen to David Dallas. I used to listen to Running all the time. Good song, good song. Walker, what will the Outlast 2 protagonist's voice be? It's going to be, I guess, almost a blend between Miles and Wayland. So it's not going to be a British accent, it's going to be an American accent, but it's not going to be as, I guess, like deep and kind of masculine as Miles's would. It would be kind of a little bit more timid like Wayland. How long until Leon returns? At this stage, we can only say hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. It just depends how quickly I am able to kind of try and work through Outlast 2. I know it's not a super long game. It will just take me a little while to kind of get it all recorded. So, yeah. H2 Delirium, you've seen Rogue One, but can't be bothered watching episode 7. Oh, no. It is a great movie. It's a really, really cool movie. I really enjoyed it. And the trailer for episode 8 is just fantastic. Like, they cut the best trailers. And in terms of things seeming recycled, I feel like that works in that universe, because it gives me that feeling of I guess it's something that stuck with me since like Battlestar Galactica. Like, this has all happened before in a sense, and it's being retold again. It's the way that fate works. It's the way that stories are written throughout the universe, is that these things will reoccur. Because I think there is there is definitely a reincarnation or a recycling to the Star Wars universe, and I feel like it fits. And I feel like we're not seeing an exact carbon copy of characters from the original trilogy. I feel like it's a damn good start to this new set of movies. So, yeah, I mean, I know that'll be controversial. I know there'll be a lot of people that disagree with me, but I think they did a great job, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it's one of those movies that I've actually been able to watch multiple times and not have any kind of issue with. Like, I can just watch it again and again, because there aren't any moments throughout the movie where I'm like, oh, this is the time where I can go to the toilet. Like, I can just run off and go to the loo, because it's like a lull. But yeah, so kind of like how if they don't learn from their history, they're doomed to repeat it. Yeah, in a sense, like. Yeah, I kind of like in a way where there are nods to the past in material. I think it's great. I think it's yeah, I don't think it's like a carbon copy of A New Hope. I think there are definitely similarities there. But I feel like they do enough difference to make it a new movie. And I think it's cool at the same time, because it can bring in new people, and I think that's not always what a franchise should be trying to do, just bring in new people. But I feel like it does it in a good way, and it makes it approachable, and it will bring people to watch the other films as well. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Laura Owens, all stories have been told before. Yeah, that's very true. I mean, like, a lot of the stories that I tell, they're very similar to other stories and are inspired by other stories. Like, those of you who know how much I love Berserk, a lot of season 3 of Leon's Tale was inspired by Berserk. Actually, season 2 as well was inspired by Berserk. So, yeah, there we go. Have I ever played Halo? A very, very, very long time ago. I never did play it that much, though. We are actually getting towards the end, so we will kind of go into a lightning round of sorts. So if anyone has any other questions that they'd like to try and get out before the end, fire them now. And I think any second now it'll be kind of getting a little bit crazy. So I'm just going to check everything else is all good over here, and I'll try and answer these questions ASAP. Any second now. I guess no one else has any more questions. Well, I mean, like, we've been going for an hour, so I can kind of understand that. What's my favorite overall game? God, that's a hard question, Trey. Damn it. I might have to come back to that. Favorite game. That's really difficult. I don't think I can actually sum that up that quickly. Gildo, you're going to New Zealand this winter. Any places you can recommend? Queenstown. If you can make it to Queenstown is just unbelievable. So there we go. If the Phantom Menace isn't... No, it actually isn't my favorite 10. That's definitely a joke, and I cannot do a Jar Jar voice. No way. Ray, Negan's welcome speech in Elliot's voice? Oh, God. We'll try one day. Hunter, speaking of Berserk, have you read the latest chapter? I have just recently, and it's getting crazy. It's getting damn crazy. The artwork is unbelievable. I can't get over how much detail they get into every single frame. It's mental. Let's see, Miserable Get, have I ever considered playing Berserk on the channel? I did consider it, however, they just kind of re-released it on Steam, and it's still kind of, I think, a little bit too expensive for a port, so I don't think I'm going to be jumping into that. Yeah, Trey, you definitely asked the hard questions. Good luck in Assenvold? Yes, it's going to take a hell of a lot for Lucia to get through that. That's for sure. Let's see, Baron, how do you create your characters as a process? It depends, actually. Like, some of them I like to evolve over time. I like to go into a roleplay without having too much fleshed out and then kind of going from there. Yeah, so it's a mixture sometimes. I feel like you want to have something planned, but I feel like you also want to allow things to kind of be open as well. Yes. There's a few similarities between myself and Gamer Poets. I don't think we're copying each other. Because the thing is, a lot of the time, me and Michael, me and Gamer Poets, we don't have time to watch each other's stuff. So a lot of the time, we wouldn't actually be copying each other. I guess it's just one of those things. A lot of the times things do seem similar, and we are making very, very similar series as well. So obviously, there's going to be kind of like crossovers, I suppose you could say. But yeah, a lot of the time, especially YouTubers, will not always have the time to watch each other's stuff. So, yeah, while I love what Gamer Poets is doing, I don't always have a chance to see exactly what he's doing. Same thing with like Couch Warrior as well. I don't always get a chance to see what they're doing, but I have been ducking into Ashes every now and then, and I'm really enjoying what kind of everyone else in the RP community is doing as well. Even Squee, like Squee's doing his Fallout 4 roleplay at the moment as well, and I know he's quite far into that at the moment. I've been seeing the episode numbers go up and up, and I'm trying to, as best I can, watch that whenever I can. Okay, all right. Whew, dear, I think we're getting close. Let's see. King DM, you asked God where is the best channel, and he said go watch Rikon Roleplays. Well, thank you to that God. I appreciate that. Axel, for the karaoke, you should sing songs in characters' voices. I should, damn it. That's a good idea. I should do that. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but we're going to make it. We're going to make it happen. Definitely. Yeah. Okay, well, guys and gals, I think that actually does wrap us up for this town hall. And as you know, I like to end the town hall completely out of breath. So I will be reading out our fantastic Patreons that have made this month possible, and kind of every month since. It's really helped me get through the period of uncertainty that the YouTube apocalypse has brought, and while that does seem to be coming out the other side, the support of the patrons really does make this a long-term possibility. So we're going to jump into that list. I haven't got a glass of water, so I am going to lose my voice throughout part of this, and I most likely will pronounce these names wrong, so I'm going to do my best. Forgive me. Let's get ready, guys and gals. We're going to dive in, starting off with Hortanainen. We've got Papulu Fox, and I know we were talking right before this, and it's not an easy name to pronounce, but there we go. We also have Reed 1234, Dante, Jesper, Winchester, Damien Salazar, Gallag Halros, Jan Parkey, Stephen Benton, Dan Pugh, Christopher Brady, Louis Hubbock, Chakras, Epic Apathy, Little Black Duck, Ryan Brady, Scott Andrews, Ben Hollingshead, Anika Lisa Dantoft, Axel Roxanne, Void Empress Supreme, Kazak, E-Power, Matt Razor, Persona E, I just saw our guard going past again, Nicholas Campbell, Persistent Noob, Skyware, Chicken, Shadow, Thief, Kyrak Drakar, Duncan Sheelan, Affluous, Lao Shi, Jan Pellini, Pellinine? Oh, I'm sorry, Jan. Luca Sesson, Zogby, Paiva, Daniel Carpenter, Damien Wakalski, also known as Dr. V, James Cooper, Paul Miguel, James McCarthy, Solasphere, Mick Hulkhausen, Cursors, Elin Heeden, Multium, Martin Ammentorp, Jack Foster, Timothy A. Estrick, Elisaveta, Corinne Dorsey, Lucas Young, CIB or Kib, I've never figured out which one it is, Robert Oberg, Hawkeye Latour, Serena Ellen, Ruby Art, Division Era, Ray Harris, Ilmilthian, Christopher Malice Wonderland, Zero Zulu, Rasmus Kreberg, Carl De Cristofano, Brett Jones, Jebediah the Drunk, Dan Salvati, Anna Velcheva, Andre Allen, Nicholas Wilkes, Gravedigger Mordecai, Devon Machoud, Dominic Kemp, Logie Wonk, Max Goldfind, Joshua Mail, Spencer Henriksen, Felix Osberg, Cyrus Fendit. I don't even know where to begin with that one. Red Noir, Glenn Dean, Lee Cook, Calvin Fisher Jr., Anvil Pants, Roman Yachief. I'm sorry, Roman. I'm sorry. Ron Labrie, D. Johnson, Jeffrey Fawcett, Alfredo, Anselmi Komalainen, Brian Olmsted, Matt Scott Wilhelm, Tim Berry, Colton Brattle Brown, Christopher Owen, Jacob Kell, and Flinty. Oh dear, we got there. Whew, out of breath. But thank you all for joining me for today's Town Hall, for the month's Town Hall. I will see you all in the next one. Be sure to turn up, and I'll be sure to have a glass of water next time so I don't quite die. Now, patrons, I will be jumping over to the Discord to have a chat with you all, so be sure to be there. Thank you to everyone that was able to make this Town Hall, and if you are seeing this afterwards, thanks for watching anyway. It's a good way to keep up with what's happening on the channel and what's going to be happening in the coming month. There are going to be more Fallout 4 videos on the channel this month. I'm calling it. It's going to happen now. And it's going to be good. I can't wait to share the end of the synthesis with you. It is, yeah, it's been a long time in the working, so it's going to be good to have it happening. Thank you, everyone that was able to make it. Again, thank you to everyone that's watching it now. And until next time, I've been Rikon. We did that the wrong way round. I've been Rikon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay. I'm trying to find my thing. Tuned.